he kind of like gives that to me, and then I kind of like rearrange that in a way that is most beneficial to him, which is super awesome. Yo, we got the flex by T. What's up, T?
That sounds like a very interesting way of coaching.
Yeah, and I think that is how I should coach against people who like specialize in their character, right? Because like, who am I to tell them how to play their character? But I do know a lot about how to play the game and how to get like to that top level. So let's get into this set. Noxumbra against Ambrow. We got Diddy against the Belmonts, and this is an interesting matchup. On the surface, this actually sounds like a pretty rough matchup for the Belmonts.
I agree. Like, whenever I think of this matchup, my mind instantly just goes, yeah, Diddy probably wins that.
It even sounds like probably not the case, but even like grounded down tilt, it probably is not punishable by banana, but it probably denies Belmonts from repositioning after the forward tilt, right? And that's gonna create a lot of pressure right there.
Yeah, Ambrow also just, showing that platform pressure right there, throwing the banana onto the shield and then, hitting the shield so that he would get pushed into the banana, causing him to trip. That's all of that classic Diddy stuff that's especially strong in this game now that shields have been nerfed a little bit.
Noxumbra just told me Diddy loses it according to Tweak and Dom. Okay. Interesting.
Huh.
I can kind of see that because Diddy is relatively like grab reliant, and you do open yourself up to something like Holy Water. But then again, Holy Water is pretty reactable too, right? So we'll see. I mean, whatever happens, my day cannot get much worse after having to read up whatever it is that Ton had me say about the Shogue versus Palutena matchup. What's up, Daniel? Hope you're doing well. We're getting into winners quarters right here. And so far, it's looking pretty back and forth, right?
Yeah, for sure. Neither of them is really getting, that one big hit that defines the stock.
What a snipe! Just as you said that, the holy water bottle just dropping down there, intercepting that barrel. Very, very well done.
I mean, it wasn't a big hit, but it did the job.
Yeah, for sure. And it's actually better to get like the small hits against the barrels, in my opinion. You make him drop basically straight down, and just like that, an early lead for Noxumbra. And I mean, that is just such a big deal against Belmonts, because when Belmonts is ahead, you feel like you have to approach them, and that is basically where they are at their strongest.
Yeah, that's when they shine. It's very similar to damn, I forgot the character. In any case,
any zoner.
Yeah, basically any zoner. Yeah, I had a specific character in mind, but I forgot. But basically any zoner, yeah. They all snowball very well once they get a lead. Ambrow really having a tough time finding that opening now that he has to be a little bit more forceful.
Yep, and I mean, to be fair, Diddy is also at his best when he has an advantage, right? When he has that lead. What's up, Kyra? Nice to see you come through. Right now, Nox just setting up a clinic, the ledge trapping on deck, Holy Water into the forward tilt, the sweet spot with that, the ball at the end of the whip. Very, very strong right there. Looking rough for Ambrow. Sure.
Yeah, looking very rough. And, okay, finally gonna get that down to the up smash. I think that might have been a bit of DI in or down.
Yep.
Should not have been a true combo, I think. But in any case, gets the KO. And, has a full stock that he needs to make up for.
Yeah, and Nox just kind of pushing his lead, mixing it with the burst range right there. Again, setting up the ledge traps and then pressuring immediately after. I like the thing that I love about Nox is that whenever you feel like you're out of disadvantage, he kind of gets he gets an extra little hit in. So it feels like, oh, he dropped his ledge trap and then he still gets to pressure you with the forward air. So you need to not only avoid the initial situation, but then make sure that you don't die to the setup afterwards as well, which is very, very hard to do. Nox with the up angle back air, just so strong. Immediate lead, and that game was just like the game lasted a long time for how big of a win it was.
That was it was just clean all the way through. The start was a little bit of feeling out of each other for both players, but then Nox got that first stock and really just ran with it. It was just him in driver's seat at all times.
For sure. What's up, Heartless? Good to see you come through. Hope you enjoyed today's stream. Now, we gotta figure out where the adaptations lie. I know Ambrow plays more than Diddy, because I've actually... Do you remember that picture of me where I just kind of look at the camera all surprised when...
Yeah.
That, I actually think in that in those pools, I played against Ambrow. And
Samus back then, right?
Yeah, exactly. He played Samus, and I lost, and I was like, "Fuck that! I'm not losing to this guy." And then I went Pokemon Trainer. So I do know he has a Samus, but I wonder if it's even practice or if he's all Diddy nowadays. I don't really enjoy all Diddy as a concept. I think like Diddy is way too much of a counterpicked character to solo main. But I wouldn't be surprised if, especially in this era, people kind of like focus on a singular character.
From what I've seen from Ambrow, it's been all Diddy.
Okay.
Also plays in Snull, of course, and every time he's been on stream, it's been Diddy. So I think it's just solo Diddy, and that's basically going to confirm it. So yeah, let's see if he's got any adaptation necessary here, because, oh boy, that first game did not look great for him.
Yep. Definitely not a great start, but there's still a lot of Smash to be played. Remember, we did start the game of very, very neck and neck. It's only later on in the game where Nox really like solidified his lead. So let's see if Ambrow does take that first KO. It just ends up being an entirely different game. And so far, you know what I've noticed, Chuck? He hasn't pulled a banana once.
Very true. It's been I remember during the Smash 4 days where, Diddy was extremely strong, and a lot of people were like, Diddy doesn't really lose any matchups. And then out came the Marios with the capes, and all of a sudden, Diddy started to play without banana to counterplay that. Of course, Richter doesn't have a reflect on deck, so I'm not entirely sure what the no banana strat is all about so far. But there we go. There's the first one of the game.
Yep, and that's gonna
marks.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna allow him to control. Okay, that was scary. But what I was gonna say is it's gonna allow him to control the mid to long range, where Richter might want to start throwing out the crosses, right? And if your cross tosses are gonna be in danger, are gonna get contested. Suddenly the keep away gets a lot harder for Richter, and they have to rely on their whips, and their whips require a lot of precision. Talking about precision.
I love that little timing mix-up Noxumbra did there. Did an empty jump, waited a little bit, and then went for the F-tilt on the dash in, knowing that Ambrow was gonna approach eventually.
Yeah, and look at Ambrow trying to use that item, accidentally gets the Z drop onto the platform. But, Diddy players and their items, they're definitely in tune with that aspect of the game. Rolls into the cross, tries to double jump back on stage, and that's what I was talking about. You get hit by the cross, you feel like you get out of the ledge trap because you get thrown vertically, but then he pressures you vertically regardless. And just like this, again, just a little bit of a lead, and Noxumbra pushes it all the way until what is basically a done deal.
Noxumbra's trapping has just been so good on the ledge. Like I know a lot of I know that's where Belmonts usually already shine, but Noxumbra just adds it to a new level where he doesn't just always go for a holy water or something like that. No, sometimes he does the cross first, sometimes he does a cross into the axe, and that's an entirely new situation. And every single time it seems like he has found the perfect rock paper scissors answer to what Ambrow was gonna do.
Yeah, and that is so awesome. I was talking about this before, right? Where when I coach Noxumbra, it's less about me telling him what to do and more about us figuring out how best to apply his knowledge. And one of the things we talked about a lot is he knows a lot about Richter, and in a lot of ways it actually is a deficit for him because he tries to capitalize on that knowledge even when he doesn't need to. So something that we kind of discussed is, okay, how do you abuse your knowledge in such a way to reach consistency where you don't mix up for the sake of mixing up, but you mix up because it specifically beats what the opponent is doing, right? And you can really just see that Nox is already taking that advice to heart so well. Just focusing on whatever works and just hammering that home until his opponent dies. And so far, it's been a beautiful display of Belmont gameplay. Ultra, thank you for the follow, by the way. Appreciate that so much, Ultra. Hope you enjoyed today's stream.
Like it's really just been Ambrow just holding shield at the ledge, praying to dear God he doesn't get whipped. It's just been rough.
Yep. Man whips monkey until monkey dies, but there's the banana to forward smash by the ledge. Extremely strong. What's up, Oscar? How did you do against Creeper? And again, the forward tilt. I think that was the sweet spot again. Just so consistent with the sweet spot of that whip. And I think We're still in best of 3 territory, so that should be the end.
Yeah, that was 4 top 8, I believe. So.
Yep. So Nox gonna